Wow. Can you give your introduction, please?
My name is Robert Charles Anderson. I'm the International Director of Education at Global International School, Nashik, India. My background is I spent 4.5 years in the United States Marine Corps, 2 years in active combat in Vietnam. Post that, I received my degree in computer science and spent the next 45 years as an executive and international consultant traveling the world, looking at process engineering as well as increasing productivity for companies, Fortune 500 companies around the world. About 5 years ago, I got a call from my friend Ken Kendry. He and I had worked together in the 90s on projects in the United States in modifying technical systems. We became friends. But that was only for about 3 months. Our ways separated. I went my way, Ken went his. And about 15 years later, Ken asked me if I would be interested in helping him in a school in Nashik, India. And being an educator at heart and doing many, many years of teaching various subjects and, of course, loving children and teaching, I immediately said yes. Whereby he and I put our heads together and I explained to him that yes, I could teach technical subjects, business subjects. I had a background in it, but my real heart was in helping to develop children from the inside out. That means building character, helping to have them be able to deal better with stressful situations of life through simple techniques of meditation, as well as building positive character traits that would help them balance the academic and intellectual side of their life with the humanity side of their life. To that end, Ken and I worked through the CBSE standards that were recently published on what is known as value education and skills for the 21st century. I found these outlines of information developed by the government of India incredibly helpful because it balanced the intellectual and practical side of education with the character building, emotional, and inner world of the students, which I believe is essential in order to have a balanced human being of both intellect and of good character.
So Bob, thank you for the introduction. What are the advantages to the parents to study their children at Global?
What are the advantages to parents of having their children study at Global? Well, as a father myself, I believe that I'm pretty qualified in answering that question. First of all, the standards of academic excellence at Global are of the highest order. I've taught in colleges around the country, indeed around the world. I've held many courses in different countries, whether it's business, social work, etc. I found that the way that the government of India has structured both their value education and skills for the 21st century give the students or the children of the parents the optimum advantage to have the education that they're getting move them more quickly toward a successful career and being able to handle the stresses and competition of the world in a positive manner. So to that end, parents should feel more comfortable that we at Global build the character of the child as well as the intellect of the child. India has recognized this in developing the CBSE standards for both value education, which is the character building side, as well as the 21st century skills aspect, which is the pragmatic or practical aspect of how to deal with life and what must be done in order to become more successful in today's fast-paced digital world of high stress and high technology.
Thank you. How did you enjoy your current visit with global students?
I thought it was just a blast. I had a ball. Every one of the children in Global is kind of like one of my own kids. I come in and I see them smiling, playing, running up to me and say, "Good morning, Bob sir. Good afternoon, Bob sir. How are you today?" I mean, it was just a joy. And one of the things that I found of most value from my side is when we were in class, the children were all well-mannered, they were attentive, they were well-groomed and well-dressed, they were well-disciplined, and the teaching staff of Global was always there to help me when I needed it. It was just such an amazing experience, rich with memories that I will carry with me the rest of my life. And it was an honor and a privilege to work with the children and the staff of Global, because I have seldom ever met and worked with people and children of such high caliber, both intellectually and morally. It was a blast.
Thank you. How the next generation is going to benefit by studying at Global?
I think the children studying at Global are going to benefit in the 21st century through a holistic approach to education. Well, what do I mean by holistic? I don't mean that we're just providing intellectual understanding and knowledge of standard subjects like maths and science, geography, language, etc., but also the value or character building areas of life, like working as a team, compassion, do no harm. These are social, moral, and spiritual values that we also bring to the table here at Global, which I believe are essential in order to make an integrated human being into today's society. I believe this is critical, that every school, whether it's in India or the world, should be combining both of these elements to the betterment of their students and also of society as a whole. An integrated human being, well-rounded both morally, spiritually, and intellectually.
Thank you. How do you plan to continue this journey of guiding the global students when you will be back home in America?
How do I plan to continue this journey while I'm back home in America? Well, technology is a wonderful thing when it works. What I mean by that is today we have something called the global internet, satellite communications. So really, communications is a matter of putting into place the right technology, and almost like magic, whether you're 10,000 miles away or in the next room, it doesn't make any difference. What we're going to be doing is setting up video conferencing facilities where, in our auditorium where I am currently teaching, big screen TV, internet connection. What does it matter if I am physically there when I can communicate with my students equally well, whether it's face-to-face or through the media of the electronic world? The most important thing is that we are able to continue this journey where children get reinforced at every step of the way, even if it's just little by little, on the building of solid character as well as intellectual skills. And we can do this through the magic of technology and, of course, the desire and enthusiasm to do that. Because that's really the core of it. You've got to love what you do. When you love what you do, you're enthusiastic. That enthusiasm, whether it's in person or whether it's on a television screen communicating, is transmitted to those who are listening. I find that after my class, the students are smiling, excited, asking multiple questions, and thanking me for telling them things that they honestly have said nobody ever bothered to tell them before. I found that quite amazing and very gratifying, because they understood the value of building this foundation of solid character, spirituality, of which India has an incredibly rich history, going back thousands of years. What we need to do is bring that rich history into the 21st century, ingrain it in the children as well as the intellectual areas of life, again, to have a well-balanced individual, integrated, happy, and smart.
Thank you, Bob. I think that's all we have for today's session. Thank you very much for your valuable time and very valuable advice for our students.
You're very welcome, and thank you everyone for listening. I wish you all well on your journeys through life, and may you all be successful and happy and joyful in that journey.
Off.